come on in. Find a seat. Keep on to your card, please. Oh, this one. Hello. Hi, Elizabeth. Let's get what you get. Thank you all for getting into groups of 3. We're going to go ahead and get started, and you notice that you have a note card in front of you. Can everybody hold up their note card? On this note card, there should be one word. It's a science word, because I know that in science that you all have been working on learning about the body. And so I have a feeling that you all have a lot to share with me about the body. So in one sentence, you have 30 seconds to write something about that word that is on your card. Go.
Everybody get a pencil.
Does it have to involve the word on our card?
Yes, please. We have 15 seconds. Go ahead and get to a good stopping point. If you all find you're done, you can write another thing on your card. Make it about that word that's written, because then, as people are putting their pencils down, we're going to switch with our partners, and you can either change what they wrote, or add on to it, or make a new sentence. Ready, go. Switch to your right. We have 20 seconds. And then we would switch again, because there's 3 individuals in a group. So we're all back together now. Now, why in the world would we be talking about the body in math class? That's because the human body has some very interesting mathematical properties, something that is interesting for us for math. Hirsch will tell us a little more about that.
So, what did you guys have in your note cards that you tell me about human body?
She wrote Lori smells bad.
Okay, that's part of census. That's part of a sense. Human body. What else did you guys have? Casey?
The taste buds allow us to decide the flavor of certain things.
Okay. What about you, Kevin?
Mine says, my heartbeat is the black ooze pumping through my heart.
Okay, job, you got poetry, man. So everybody that you guys have been learning about human body in science. Did you guys ever think how human body is related to mathematics? No? Well, we're going to learn about it. Does anybody know what Vitruvian human is? Chris is going to pass out some data sheets.
The picture you have on here is the Vitruvian human.
So, on your data sheet, you have a photo you guys might have seen at a lot of places. Do you know what that is?
The Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, it is. You must have seen your Da Vinci Code because this was created by Leonardo da Vinci, which was a famous scientist in the 15th century.
And mathematician.
A mathematician.
I thought he was a painter.
And a painter. He's a Renaissance man.
So Vitruvian human is a painting done by Leonardo da Vinci that describes the relationships and proportions of a human body. Now, Mr. Chris is going to tell you about the data sheets and how you're going to fill this worksheet.
And we'll show you actually what you're going to be doing. Everyone's going to be getting a roll. If you notice on the bottom half of that data sheet you were just given, there are 3 rolls. Elizabeth, could you give me one?
Materials manager.
And Hirsch, what does the materials manager do?
Materials manager's responsibility is to keep track of the materials that you've been assigned, such as measuring tape and the data sheet.
And we'll get all
name
those
card.
things. And I asked Hirsch because he's actually the materials manager in this situation. Tyler, can you give me another one?
Vitruvian man. Vitruvian human.
Vitruvian human.
Mollie.
I'm actually the Vitruvian human in this case. And what I'm going to be doing is actually being measured. And so I want to make sure that I'm standing still. You're going to have your fingertips pointed out as far as you can for the first exercise. And then we're going to be measuring some other body parts too, because there's actually a relationship. And we'll see that a little more in just a bit. And we'll see that by what's our last one? Everyone can just say it out loud. There's one more.
So I'm the one who'll be holding the sheet, and I'll be writing down the measurements I take on the other side.
And we have a big data sheet right over here. And so let's go ahead and show you what the measuring is going to look like.
So first, let's measure the wingspan. This is from fingertip to fingertip.
Can anyone give a guess on how long my wingspan is? Rhetorical question.
Any guess? No?
5
In centimeters?
What
Do
do
you
we
guys
have
know what
here?
centimeters are?
65 inches. Can anybody,
65 inches.
can anybody compare?
Notice that unit of measurement. That's very important to remember. And then he's going to hold on to the measuring tape as he writes down the data. Make sure that it's not lost. And then can you model for us, Chris, how to put that on the data sheet? And I'm going to go ahead and start assigning roles.
I thought you said to do it in centimeters.
Actually, on the back side of the tape, it's in centimeters, so you can convert that. You can convert inches to centimeters, can't you?
Did you convert it to inches?
No, actually, I measured it in inches, but if I flip it, it could be in centimeters.
So are we supposed to measure it in centimeters or
Yes.
inches?
In centimeters or inches,
You can go ahead and put that.
made of type. It could be something.
Ooh, we got a mess. Yeah, you can go ahead and put that on.
Okay, so right now you're in groups of 3. There's one materials manager, and this is the person, the only person who's going to hold the measuring tape. And he or she is going to measure the Vitruvian human, and only him or her. And then there's going to be the data collector, and that person is going to fill out the sheet back here, and be looking for any patterns, ratios, or important things that might be happening.
What's a
Relationships.
ratio?
Relationships between the measurements you're taking.
So let's go ahead and stand up near our desk. And we're going to have about another 10 to 15 minutes to do this. So you'll want to get started now. And then
You guys can go ahead and start measuring.
Okay.
so fast.